Okay, so I was wrong about the school teacher thing. But I mean, not that wrong. How's it going, everyone? Today I will be reviewing SA Alternative's second episode, so let's get right into it. So this episode provided a bit more context as to where our main character comes from. Karen Kohi moved from her hometown of Hokkaido out to Tokyo to attend an all-women's university. Her living situation reminds me a bit of Shinnon, although be it under different circumstances. We also get our first glimpse as to where this takes place in the overall SAO timeline. The fall of 2025 would put this right around the time the events of the Death Gun storyline is occurring in the mainline series. Time will tell if the events of that arc will have any impact on the new story. Karen's insecurities about her height are heavily focused on in this episode. She moved to Tokyo to escape the teasing and judgment, but to no avail. As a result, she begins trying out numerous VR MMO games in an attempt to find an outlet that makes her feel better about herself. As a male, I can't completely relate, but I can only imagine what it must feel like to not feel that you fit into society's perception of likeness and beauty, especially in Japanese culture, where being a tall woman isn't necessarily seen as attractive. But I do find it pretty interesting to see how different people have different motivations for why they seek an escape from their reality. For Kirito, it was to feel a sense of identity and importance. For Karen, she just wants to not feel physically handicapped, even if I can call it that, and to have people not feel afraid to approach her. So Karen goes through this pretty humorous run through multiple games, only to be disappointed at the fact that her avatar is still too tall. I admit, I find it kinda dumb that there isn't options to customize your avatar's physical appearance, just the clothing and hair color. However, it is established in Season 2 of the mainline series that there's an underground market for selling and buying avatar types based on rarity, so I guess it's just how it is. Karen finally has her magical girl dreams come true when she pops into GGO, although it's not really what she expected. In the end, she's satisfied with finally feeling kawaii AF and decides to get better in the game anyway. Along the way, she meets another female player named Pitohoi or Pito. She's just curious about Len's abilities and decides to take her under her wing. Right from the get-go, you can tell that Pito has her own ulterior motives, more than just sticking out for another female player. She plays the role of being extremely generous and wise, but there's also a lot she doesn't share about herself. Pito also has some interesting comments, such as the one she made about Len's new weapon, Pichen. Is this meant to be a warning? I guess we'll see. This episode ends with ringing in of the new year and Pito bringing up a special event known as Squad Jam, which is an event we're now a bit more familiar with. It was nice to take a step back in this episode and get a more detailed look at the human girl behind the lolly pink devil. We learn about her motivations and we are introduced to a new character. While it was nice to pick up some backstory, this episode doesn't help much in the way of the show's momentum. We're not given too much to look forward to yet, besides seeing how Pito and Len's relationship shakes out. Hopefully next week's episode gives us something a bit more substantial to hold on to. That's it for me, everyone. Stay tuned next Sunday for a new episode, but until then, you guys take care.